it's Louis in the UK. I just want to make sure we're getting comments, so I'm going to wait for you guys to start, because I don't really want to do a live unless we're receiving the comments. Whoa. So right, there's a little plum tree here. I'm just seeing if there's any plums. We're going to do a bit of blackberry picking as well today. So remember, the name of our channel is Defending Elvis Presley. Fans want the truth. Let's see if any of you are going to join us. Please, if anyone's watching, just please comment, because I just want to know if we're getting comments. Otherwise, I'll just end it and restart it, because I do want to engage with the Elvis fans, the subscribers, the members. So I'm walking down the road. I think we're going to do an hour's walk. Oh, Nadia's here. Good, so it is working. Nadia, I am getting your comment. Yvette, hi Yvette. So I had an Elvis fan contact me. She has contacted me many times, but last night in particular, I noticed, and it was obviously, she's from Australia. It was the middle of the night for me, so it was 4 a.m, but that's okay, because what I tend to do, guys, I tend to wake up and answer a load of my messages and then go back to sleep. It's pretty normal for me. I've been doing it. Hi Colin, Yvette, Rosemary, and Nadia. Now, Lorraine, I'm just getting past the cars so I don't get run over, guys. So Lorraine sent me some amazing information concerning many different topics. I think it's Lorraine Roberts. Now, it sounds to me like Lorraine's had quite a difficult time defending Elvis. Now, Lorraine is a very avid Elvis fan. You can tell that she loves Elvis from the bottom of her heart, and she has spent, I would say, years of time researching Elvis and how to defend him, and she has many people that have helped her, and she does want me. She wants me to let everyone know the different people that have helped her to get all her information together, to get all her documents. She has the document that proves that only 6 people can be buried at Graceland, and she wants me to let everyone know the name of her sources so that they get credit. She's given me a list of about 12 names. I can't say them now because I'm on a phone live, but when I do a PC live, I will be going through the different names, the sources where she has got her information. Now, there are many different things that she has sent me documentation of, as well as original newspaper clips going way back to the 60s and 70s. So we're going to go through a lot of these things that Lorraine has sent me with the help of her friends. Now, Lorraine has told me that her love for Elvis completely changed her life, that she had a very difficult childhood, and that her love for Elvis pulled her through her childhood. And I would agree with that. I relate to that, because I had a similar experience, and my love for Elvis and discovering Elvis, his music, the way he looked, his personality, his films, just the way he lived, and his religious beliefs, I believe, pulled me through my childhood as well. So I really thank Elvis, and I feel indebted to Elvis. In some ways, I feel like he saved my life, and I think Lorraine feels the same way. So I thank Lorraine for sharing that with me. Now, I promise you, Lorraine, I will be sharing the names of your sources when I do a PC live, a wide live. I can't do it on phone lives because I'm walking down the road. Now, one of the things that Lorraine shared with me, and there's many, I would say over 50 things. Lorraine shared over 50 things with me, and every single thing she shared is very important to defending Elvis Presley. Fans want the truth. It's very important to this channel. Now, we are a lovely small family here. We're a growing channel. We're not as big as some of our fellow channels, but we're hopeful that our channel will keep growing, and we're hopeful that other Elvis channels will promote us as we do them. We're always promoting other channels. You know, the obvious ones are Presley Mania and Shauna's channel and many others. I mentioned Shauna's and Rhonda's channel because I would say they're the most commonly spoken about on my channel. Now, please subscribe, guys. We're in the Southwest UK. We're a growing channel. We have Team Elvis here to help answer any questions. So please subscribe to our channel. Join us on our mission to defend Elvis Presley against all the lies that have been said about him for what we feel over 50 years. Over 50 years. Lorraine is great. Rosemary. Lorraine is great, but she's very, very passionate. So she has a lot of information and she's fast and furious on sharing that information. And she has joined our Facebook page. The Facebook page, which I hope that you join our Facebook page. As Nadia says, our Facebook page. Our Facebook page is called Defending Elvis Presley. Fans want the truth. Defending Elvis Presley, fans want the truth. Now, Lorraine isn't the only one that is helping us on our channel. I mentioned Lorraine because she is the most recent. But we have Deborah, we have Nadia, we have Rose Finney, we have Sue Shannon, we have Kathy, and many of you. I had a message, I forget his name now, her name now, CKC, Patricia, Linda, Stacy. Many of you have been sharing many things with me. Yep, Hidden Minds, Tender Loving Elvis, of course. The Spa Guy, we have Spotlight Spy. Elvis is the man. That's it, Nadia, keep helping me because you know my memory's terrible. Obviously, Presley Mania. So we've got loads of people helping us. The amount of information I'm getting at the moment is daunting. It's daunting. Hundreds of pieces of information. Hi, Colin. Now, I've got 5 kids, guys, so I'm only going to be able to go through a certain amount of subjects a day. But don't get me wrong, I love the information and I read all of it. I read a hell of a lot today. And one of the standout things that I wanted to talk about was whose idea was it to open Graceland as a living museum? This is a massively spoken about topic, a hot topic. Now, the Priscilla fans, and nothing against Priscilla fans, and nothing, I don't hate Priscilla. I think she's made many mistakes, and I disagree with many of the things she's done, but I am not a hater. I don't want to create hate. That's not my personality. I will do things respectfully. I will be well-mannered, just like Elvis. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Thank you very much. That's me. I won't be hateful. But I want to make it clear. I massively disagree with many of the things that Priscilla has done. Many things. I'm not a Priscilla fan. But I will bring up anything that has been done and criticize it in detail if I think it's incorrect. If I feel that Elvis Presley was treated unfairly, even by Priscilla, I'm gonna talk about it. I'm probably gonna say things she doesn't want to hear. I'm probably gonna accuse her of things I think that she did that were very wrong. But I don't hate her. Now let's talk about I'm just looking at your messages, sorry. Yeah, don't forget Danny Smith, Memphis Mafia Kid, yep. Elvis Lass, yep. We had the Elvis Girls as well. So I ask you guys, it's a lovely, beautiful day. I'm in no rush. We're going to spend a good hour chatting. We all love Elvis. I might have to take my top off because it's bloody hot. I'm going to take my top off. Ugh. Right, I'm really sorry guys, it's so hot, I've took my top off. I'm not posing, I'm just bloody hot. Right, I'll carry on talking. How many of you guys think that Priscilla is the reason that Graceland became a living museum? Please answer my question. I'm asking you guys. Just reading your messages. Yeah, oh, thank you guys. Now, Lorraine has sent me some information. She sent me some original newspaper cuttings she got this information from her contacts. I can't tell you all their names now. I think one of them was called Deborah Shaw, who's on Facebook. But there are many others, and she sent me some original clips. I can only speak to you about them from memory. But these newspaper clips clearly show that Vernon and Memphis Council were planning on creating a living museum in front of Graceland, with the possibility of also using Graceland in 1978. And these newspaper clippings are very clear. Everything was in process. There was many hurdles to jump through. They make it clear that there was many obstacles to allow Graceland and the land in front of Graceland to become a museum for the fans. And part of the reason that they all knew in 1978, part of the reason they knew it would be a massive success is because of the amount of people visiting the graveside. And I read that they had 17 members of staff to control the crowds visiting Elvis's grave. And they weren't paying a penny. The people visiting the grave were allowed to visit completely free. And I think they still are today, aren't they? So this was part of the reason the council, the Memphis Council and Vernon were planning this idea in 1978. Now, I'm going to read the newspaper clips to you guys. I've got more than one. I've got quite a few. The other thing that Lorraine sent me, but she did tell me the name of her contact that helped her, that paid to get the document. And Lorraine, I will tell people, but I can't tell people whilst I'm doing a phone live, the name of your contact that paid to get the document that shows, the legal document that clearly shows that only 6 bodies were allowed to be buried at Graceland. And I thank Lorraine and her friend that gave her this document. And I'm going to tell her, I'll tell you the name of her friend once I do a wide live on a PC. It clearly shows only 6 people are allowed to be buried at Graceland. Anyway, let's go back to the Living Museum. Now, one thing that you guys have always said, Priscilla was not responsible for the opening of Graceland, for turning Graceland into a living museum. You have always told me that it was Vernon who had the idea. Well, I now know that it was also because of the Memphis Council. Is it Memphis City Council? Now, I remember now that on the steps of Graceland, when Priscilla was launching Graceland, was that in 1982, guys? Please let me know when Graceland's opened. She does say, after dealing with the Memphis Council, that she took the decision to open Graceland as a living museum. Now, you fans are very upset that Priscilla has taken all the credit for opening Graceland as a museum when it actually was not her idea. Yes, 1982, thank you. And I'll be honest with you, until I started doing my research and looking into the story, I thought it was Priscilla that saved Graceland. Now, she makes it very clear in her interviews. She clearly says that she was in a large meeting of executives and they were talking about breaking up Graceland and selling it off, and that she interrupted and said, "No, I will never sell Graceland." Her own words, "That will never happen. That will never happen." Now, in my opinion, that is incorrect. This is another twisted version of the truth. Because already at hand, Memphis Council, this is before Vernon Presley died in '79, they were already discussing opening in front of Graceland, and possibly Graceland's the Elvis's home, to the public. They were already discussing it. So for Priscilla to sit in a board meeting with all these executives and say she thought of the idea to create a living museum at Graceland, this is wrong, in my opinion. This is wrong. For her to take full credit for Graceland's being opened as a living museum, in my opinion, I think it's an outright barefaced lie. Barefaced lie. That is just my opinion. I think it's very unfair to the people that tried to open Graceland and in front of Graceland as a living museum to the public in 1978. And I have got at least 3 newspaper cuttings and some documents that prove that it was not Priscilla's idea. It was not Priscilla that saved Graceland, that opened Graceland as a museum. Now, they did use her as a front person to launch it. Now, we have already discussed, in our opinion, in the second divorce settlement, when Priscilla was owed an absolute fortune from Elvis Presley that Elvis Presley could not afford, a charge was placed on Graceland's The Building. This gave Priscilla a lot of power. And I think when they were sat around that negotiating table with the executives after Vernon Presley had died, I think, in my opinion, I may be wrong, but this is what I think, that the fact that she was owed money, the fact that she had a lien and a charge on the building, I think that's how she got her way. I think that's why she said, no, I think that's why she was given the power to make decisions, because she was owed $750,000. You're right, you going through? Yeah, go on. It's all right, you're welcome. So I think that's why she was given the power to make those decisions. You think about it. You think about the position the executives were in. Vernon Presley has died. Vernon Presley has died, yeah? All of a sudden, there are serious money problems. There are serious money problems. Elvis was a big spender. The money was being hemorrhaged. So there was big financial decisions to be made. The upkeep of Graceland was extremely expensive. Let me just check some of your messages, guys. Yeah, we'll talk about the selling of Elvis Presley Enterprises as well. But at the moment, I'm centering on just before Vernon Presley died, there was something happened where Priscilla was allowed to become the trustee on behalf of Lisa Marie Presley, basically the boss of Graceland. The boss of Graceland. Before Vernon died, we know Vernon had very bad health. Now I believe, in my opinion, that Vernon was under a lot of pressure to make a decision because of the lien, the charge, the deed of trust that had been placed on Graceland, the home of Elvis Presley. Now, if you don't know what a lien is, a deed of trust, a charge, it basically meant Priscilla was owed a lot of money because Elvis could not afford the second divorce settlement. Now, I have very strong feelings about the second divorce settlement. It should never have happened. It was very greedy on Priscilla's part, in my opinion. They'd already had a first divorce settlement. Now, remember, I've also shown you guys that the reason they did is because Priscilla had been unfaithful twice in the marriage, and Priscilla demanded the divorce. The second unfaithfulness is with Mike Stone, the karate guy, and if you want to look that up, just look up Mike Stone being interviewed on YouTube. He clearly lets us know that Priscilla had sought him out, had a year-long affair secretly behind Elvis's back, and also demanded a divorce. So if any of you are watching this now and you think that the divorce happened because of Elvis, you are very wrong. This divorce clearly happened because of Priscilla being unfaithful twice within the marriage. I've worked out that they were only married for around 4 years. Everyone keeps saying they were married 14 years, together 14 years. No, 4 years, around. Anyway, let's get back to the story. So after the divorce, the deed of trust, which you can find the document on Google if you look it up, is placed on Graceland, the building. Priscilla was demanding 5% of the copyrights, Elvis's copyrights. She was demanding $750,000 and many other things. Elvis agreed to everything. Elvis was just too nice and too good. Priscilla was having a second divorce settlement that she shouldn't have been having. Now, the reason she got her second divorce settlement is because she basically said that the first divorce settlement was fraudulent, that Elvis had hidden information from her attorney, and that she was owed a lot more money than was originally agreed in the first divorce settlement. This is all my opinions. Now remember, when Priscilla first left Elvis, she wasn't going to have any money. She just said, as long as you look after me, I don't want your money. But this very quickly changed. This very quickly changed into a first divorce settlement. And at the beginning of the first divorce settlement, Elvis was ready for reconciliation. But Priscilla was determined to get her divorce. And she got it. And she broke up 2 families. Mike Stone broke up 2 families. And I even have information sent to me by Laura, the name of Mike Stone's wife, and an interview from Mike Stone's wife, and that'll be for another live stream. Thank you, Laura, and I will be saying who told you all about that, Laura. No, Lorraine, sorry, Lorraine, yeah? So, guys, you know I've got strong feelings about the fact that Priscilla demanded the divorce. Anyway, let's jump back to the Graceland situation. Vernon has allowed Priscilla to be trustee on behalf of Lisa Marie of Gracelands and everything owned by Gracelands. At this point, there is no Elvis Presley Enterprises. So Priscilla is the queen of Gracelands. And I would say, in my opinion, and I don't say that in a nice way, and I would say, in my opinion, the power she got from becoming the boss of Graceland was massive. The Living Museum was a massive success, was bringing in tens of millions of pounds. It was unbelievable just how successful Graceland's was. And I don't put that down to Priscilla. I put it down to the fans' loyalty, the fans that loved Elvis and wanted to feel close to Elvis. Because let's face it, guys, the reason the fans visit Elvis is because they want to feel close to him. His home, where he's buried, the grounds around Graceland. It's a very special place, a very touching place. And it'll be like that for hundreds of years. But it is not thanks to Priscilla, in my opinion. So Vernon has made his decision. He passes away. Priscilla takes all the credit that it was her idea, that she saved Graceland. She has said it many times, many times in many interviews, but she knows that before she had become the trustee of Gracelands, it was already planned by the Memphis Council and Vernon that it was going to open as a living museum. Even the land in front of Gracelands was part of the idea. Now, it all fell through, I think. Now, we don't know why it fell through. It could have been because of Priscilla, we don't know. But at some point, they step in. It could have been because of Jack Sodden, we don't know. Jack Sodden's total involvement, look him up, Jack Sodden. But at some point, everything is manipulated to make Priscilla the boss. Priscilla the boss. In charge of hundreds of millions of pounds of income over the next 40 odd years. So I'm here to say that later on, when I do a proper live stream where I use my PC, where you can watch it on a TV screen or a PC, I'm going to show you these documents. I'm going to show you these newspaper clips. Priscilla is not the reason Graceland was saved, in my opinion. It was not Priscilla's idea to open Graceland as a living museum. Priscilla did not prevent Graceland being sold. This is my opinion. This is my opinion. So I thank Lorraine for sending me this information, and I want to show you it, guys. And when I get back to my home, I'll do a live stream thanking Lorraine and her contacts, where she gets her information, and I'm going to read out this list of names. This list of names that she has given me, where she gets all her information, because Lorraine has made it clear to me she wants me to let you guys know exactly where she gets her information. She wants me to give the credit to the people that gave her the information. And Lorraine, I will do that. Anyway, I'm going to let you guys just comment a bit. I'm going to go through your comments. So if you just chat away, please subscribe, guys. Anyone watching and wants to join our channel, please subscribe. Defending Elvis Presley. Fans want the truth. We have Team Elvis here answering your comments. Team Elvis are subscribers and members of our lovely channel. We are like a family. We are very proud of this channel. We have all become friends. And we have some moderators, Nadia, Stacey and Deborah, that are also here to help on this channel. So please subscribe now, guys. Please subscribe to help this channel grow. Right, I'm just trying to go through some of your comments. So Deborah says, Priscilla put pressure on Elvis. Unfortunately, we weren't flies on the wall. We weren't behind closed doors. So one Vernon was very unwell. Who knows what happened where he agreed to allowing Priscilla to become trustee. Obviously, she's got Lisa Marie Presley, her daughter, so that's a massive pressure. Vernon would have wanted Lisa Marie happy, but there's more to it. Let's keep reading. I'm just reading through. It's hard to read because the sun's a bit in the phone. Graceland was an ATM machine. Graceland was an ATM machine. Joy. Hi, Joy. Priscilla spends money like water fountain. She should have millions saved but is broke. And where has all the money gone? I asked Priscilla. Where has all the money gone? You've had a cash cow pouring in money for 40 years. Where has it all gone? Now, I have strong views about the fact that Elvis Presley Enterprises was sold off. 85% of Elvis Presley Enterprises was sold off. Why did that happen? Why did that happen? And it was sold more than once. Where's all the money gone? Why wasn't everything kept in the Presley bloodline? I really feel that way. I really think that whilst Priscilla was at the helm, why did she allow Elvis Presley Enterprises to be sold off for any amount of money? This was the Presley's dynasty. This was for the Presley bloodline. This was for Lisa Marie and her children. But Priscilla, for some reason, managed to allow Elvis Presley Enterprises to be sold off. What money changed hands? Did Priscilla make a very large amount of money on the sales? I don't know. We can jump forward to Joel Weishankar and his involvement. We'd like to know all the details of that. We can also jump forward to Barry Siegel when he was the manager on behalf of Lisa Marie. How did he squander $100 million? Poor Lisa Marie, saying that she only had $14,000 left. All of it is a mess. And Elvis Presley Enterprises has been sold off. I know that they retain ownership of Graceland, but Graceland is controlled by Elvis Presley Enterprises. How many of you knew that? Yes, they retain the ownership, even the land around it and the memorabilia. But Elvis Presley Enterprises control Graceland. How did that happen? It's shocking, guys. It's shocking. I'm just going through your comments. With Jerry Schilling, I question the friendship with Jerry Schilling. I know he's very liked. He's very popular, but I question the friendship with Priscilla because there were very large financial decisions being made over the last 40 years, and they were best friends. And I think there's a possibility that Jerry Schilling had an influence I know that some of you think that it's possible that Priscilla and Jerry Schilling had an affair. I can't. It's okay, guys. We're losing a bit of contact, but we're still there. We're still working. It's still going, guys. So Colleen says, Nadia, she does interviews and she knows the questions prior and she just agrees that she can say, and she didn't say it, and it was an interview that is said. She is calculating. Now, Nadia, this is another thing that Lorraine sent me. She has a copy of an interview of Navarone and Priscilla talking, where Priscilla is boasting that the interviewers just play into her hands, that she just sits there and smiles, says some nice things about Elvis, and then the interviewer asks the nasty questions and all she has to do is nod her head. She clearly, in my opinion, uses the interviewers, in my opinion. Do you know what? Wouldn't it be great if we could interview Priscilla and ask these questions? Now, we had Bridget Cruz join our channel today. We were having a live stream this morning discussing different things, and Bridget Cruz joined in. Now, in case you don't know, Bridget Cruz is having a lawsuit with Priscilla PRESLEY, and Priscilla PRESLEY has countersued. Lorraine, just so you know, Lorraine, I can only mention the people that helped you when I'm at home. I can't do it on a walk. So if you're watching now, Lorraine, I will mention these people when I get home from my walk. I think Lorraine's a bit worried that I won't mention these people, but I will. So, please, Lorraine, join in on our chat. Please join in. So anyway, Bridget Cruz, whilst we were chatting this morning, did join our conversation, but this time was allowing questions. I don't know if any of you know this. I'm still going through your comments, guys. Yvette, she liked married men. Well, she obviously did, because both of the married men that she had affairs with while she was married were married with kids. With kids. Well, Deborah mentions the settlement with Priscilla and Riley Q, and I think Riley Q was too soft. I don't agree with the things that Riley agreed to. I like Riley Q, but she's too soft. That's right, Joy. EPE have got one lot of things, but Riley Q now is still the owner of Graceland. Anyway, let's carry on talking about Bridget Cruz. I'm not sure how many of you have watched the live stream this morning. We did 2 live streams. We were going to discuss Gracelands, but then Bridget Cruz jumped in and started chatting. She was happy to be questioned about the lawsuits. So there's 2 lawsuits. Now, we're not completely clear on all the facts, but as far as we can see, Priscilla was doing business with Bridget Cruz. They'd also become friends. Bridget Cruz is the famous auctioneer that started the business from her garage, that grew into a massive auction company called GWS Auctions, which you can look up, just Google it. And the types of things they sell are very, very expensive items, not just memorabilia, also houses and cars. She has been very, very successful through working very, very hard and taking a chance. Entrepreneurs, they do, when they take a chance, they gamble everything. But if it works out, they can become extremely successful and very wealthy. And Bridget Cruz has become very successful. So at some point, Bridget Cruz and Priscilla have become friends. My guess is that Bridget Cruz was auctioning off Elvis items on behalf of Priscilla. This is my guess. Anyway, Priscilla seems to have dug herself into a hole. She has a very large tax bill. Her income has massively reduced for many reasons. I personally think that she's become very estranged from the fans, the Elvis fans. And this may have affected her income, but whichever way we look at it, she can't afford, in our opinion, to pay the bills. So Bridget Cruz finds out that she's in dire straits and approaches her with a business deal to purchase her name and likeness. Now there's a story to this, because she had already sold the name Presley, I think, to Elvis Presley Enterprises. Am I right on this? I'm pretty sure she had. So Bridget Cruz comes up with a business plan that's going to save Priscilla from becoming insolvent within 60 days. They have all different agreements. One of them, I think, was to do with the film Priscilla, the film Sofia Coppola's film. I think at some point Bridget stepped in to help with that. I think the project was already underway, and Bridget Cruz says that she stepped in later to help on that project. I think with the imaging and Priscilla's name and likeness. So we don't know the whole story. Bridget Cruz has hinted that Barry Siegel came up with the original concept to make the Priscilla movie and presented it to Sofia Coppola, but this is, speculation. We don't know for definite. So Bridget Cruz was allowing us to question her. Bridget Cruz was allowing us to question her. So I actually found that Bridget Cruz was being quite genuine, quite respectful. I actually found that she was allowing the Elvis fans, she joined our channel, and she was allowing us to ask any questions that we wanted to. She didn't have to pick our channel. So I have to say that I'm grateful that Bridget Cruz chose our channel. I found her very well mannered. She didn't mind what questions were asked of her. Her answers seemed very honest, and she showed a lot of respect to the subscribers and members of our channel. She did also mention that she would like me and Rhonda to do a live stream, which I'd be happy to do. And I think we had a nice 45 minutes of questioning, and all the fans and subscribers really enjoyed it. And she's got a battle in front of her, because Priscilla has turned around and said that she regrets signing these contracts, and Bridget Cruz said it was 4 contracts that were witnessed, that Priscilla had demanded that Bridget Cruz was present at the signing of the contracts. It does seem to involve Bridget Cruz's partner, Kevin Filaco, I think his name is. But on the counter sue from Priscilla, there are 2 other people involved. So Priscilla is saying that she didn't know what she was signing, that she feels that Bridget Cruz and her team, there was a lot of wrongdoing. Priscilla is saying that she didn't know what she was signing, that she's claiming elder abuse. She's calling Bridget Cruz a con artist, amongst other things, in the counter-sue. But in the lawsuit between Bridget and Priscilla, she's saying she just didn't know what she was signing. Now, in my opinion, I'm no expert, she just regretted the whole thing. She regretted signing those 4 contracts. Well, we know in business, guys, if you sign a contract, you're sticking with it. You don't have a choice. The law is on the side of the contracts. So there's a big fight ahead between Bridget Cruz and Priscilla. Then Priscilla's way to countersue is to claim $100 million, saying there was a lot of wrongdoing and that she had been ripped off and that she was conned, and she's accusing 4 people. So Bridget and her 3 associates. And this is going to be a very, very, very expensive lawsuit. It's going to go on for years, guys. This isn't going to be straightforward. I know that Rhonda, in her video today or last night, is going to do a lot of work. She gets the court documents and she reads them out. That'll be very interesting, guys. So jump over there and watch Rhonda's breaking down these documents and reading them out. I'm sure it'll be extremely interesting. I'm still very flabbergasted that Bridget Cruz reached out to our channel and the Elvis fans that use our channel. I think it's amazing. I'm so glad she did. It makes it very interesting for everyone. And it brings us in the loop where we're getting told some information that I don't think we would know unless she reached out and allowed us to question her, because she did allow questioning. Anyway, so I'm trying to I'll bring this live stream to an hour, and then I want to do a PC live stream and go through some of these documents that Lorraine has given me. Let's just read some of your messages. So if you're just watching now, please subscribe. It's very important to us that you subscribe. I've noticed that the live streams now on the phones have leveled off. They're not so panicky, but I don't mind that because many of you are members. We have Team Elvis here answering the questions. We've got a lot less trolls now, and maybe the numbers will jump up on the weekends. I don't know. But at the moment, we are, when I say weekends, I mean like Saturdays and Sundays. But at the moment, we're averaging around 50 people watching us, which is great. So if you want to ask any questions and Team Elvis will help answer them for you, go ahead now, please. Yeah, I know that story. I've heard about that story, Joy, and it's just not nice, is it? Not nice. All right, Deborah. Thanks, Deborah. You take care. Sorry about that, guys. Let me just walk a signal. Please join our Facebook channel, Defend Elvis Presley. Fans want the truth. Please join our Facebook channel, Defending Elvis Presley. Fans want the truth. So I'm going to do another live when I get home on the PC. So if you don't mind joining me, we can start going through some of these documents and clips that I've received from all of you, including Lorraine. There's some from Rose Finney, from Deborah, from Stacy, from Nadia, and many other people are sending me these documents. Now there's so much to go through, guys. I'm only really able to cover 1 or 2 topics a day, but I think I've probably got about 50. Now I've got 5 kids, so it isn't straightforward. I'm going to pick some blackberries now. It's blackberry picking time. So ask away. Take care, bruh. Hi, Nicolette. You okay? Hi, Gio. Gio, wouldn't that be good? I would love to. Actually, no joke, Gio, I would love to interview Piers Morgan and question him about that interview. How pathetic he was in that interview. Now, I've always thought Piers Morgan was you love, don't you? You love him or hate him. But that interview where he spent most of the interview just kissing her ass, basically. No offense, Piers Morgan, but you kissed her ass. When you did ask questions, they were hurtful to Elvis. That's what I thought. The questions you were asking were cruel to Elvis. Then in between the cruel questions, Piers Morgan was basically telling her how amazing she is, how spoke to her like that she was his widow, and we all know she was never his widow. He never once mentioned that she had been seriously unfaithful to him, which is just completely unfair to Elvis. He spoke about her like she spent the last 40 years praising Elvis and keeping his legacy alive. He even made her feel like she is the reason that Elvis's memory is still going. It's ridiculous. We all know that it had nothing to do with Priscilla. It was the fans that have kept Elvis's image, legacy, reputation going. I'm gonna have some blackberries, guys. Who wants a blackberry? Pretty good. This is my break, blackberry picking. I hope you don't mind. Look at those. Quite good ones. Oops. The higher the better. Do any of you like blackberries? So I'm going to bring this live stream to an hour, and then I'm going to go home, put the PC on, and do a proper live stream using these documents and newspaper clips. Please let me know where you are, guys. Where are you? Where are you in the world? It's very sunny but windy. Sunny but windy, guys. I think I've had enough. Nadia, low carb veg. You're allowed low carb vegetables on the keto diet. You guys remember I'm on the keto diet. Well, I'm not naked. I am hot though, Gio. It's bloody hot. Gio, you want one? Here you go. That's for you. All right, I think I've had enough. I'm just being greedy now. Okay, let's go. All right, I've had enough. So I've had an interesting day. Now, just so you know about the Bridget Cruz thing, the Facebook is Defending Elvis Presley, Fans Want the Truth. Please join. Defending Elvis Presley, Fans Want the Truth. Please join. Tonya, you having a good day? Nadia, your battery's going to go flat on your phone. I'm going to walk home, have a break. I'll probably have a break. So I'll probably do the next live around 3 British time, 3 UK time. Oh, well done, Tonya. So I recommend you go and watch these 2 live streams that we had this morning. I do get a bit emotional in one of them, but you can ignore that bit. But, you know, we started the live stream this morning to talk about Graceland and who's responsible for saving Graceland, for making it into a living museum. But then as soon as Bridget Cruz jumped in and started talking to us, the whole topic changed. So I do want to get back to the topics, and I want to read out the newspaper clips. I do, and any documents I've got. I also want to keep my promise to Lorraine and let you guys know who her sources were for all this information. and she's written it all out for me. So I think she gets a lot of her information from different people on Facebook. I think one of them's called Deborah Shaw. You'll be surprised, guys. There's quite a few people defending Elvis Presley stuff that we don't even know about. Quite a large community of people that have done a lot of research, really done their homework, and really know all the things that have been unfair to Elvis, where Elvis has been badly treated by many people, not just Priscilla, but Priscilla is a real hot topic. Priscilla, I got a feeling that Priscilla has done many, 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 many things that we would class as being unfair. This is my opinion. I think you're going to be quite shocked just how many things there are. We would love to get Priscilla on one of our live streams so we can question her. Also, guys, spread the channel around. You know, we've got, obviously, the Defending Elvis Presley Fans Want the Truth YouTube channel. Share it around. When you're posting comments on other Elvis channels, click the links in. We need to grow this channel. Really important that we grow as a channel. We want to be big. So that the bigger we are, the more people can learn about all the wrongdoing that's happened to Elvis. The untruths, the twisted narrative of history. Why so many books have been written about Elvis where he can't defend himself. The only people that can defend Elvis are the fans, because the press don't want to do it. The news companies and the people that make the biographies and documentaries, you know, the magazines, the interviews that we see everywhere, they're not defending Elvis. They're laughing at Elvis. They're painting him out to be horrible. The things they say about Elvis are disgusting. When we know Elvis was nothing like the way he is portrayed. We know that. It's not good enough to just say he was a good singer and looked great. It's not good enough, guys. He was much more than that. We want the world to know the good that he did. We don't want the exaggerated, twisted version of reality that for somehow has managed to be sustained for 50 years. You think about it, guys. Who else is defending Elvis? Elvis can't defend himself. Who else is defending Elvis? Who? Think about it. It's us or nobody. And people like Lorraine and Deborah, Stacy and Rose and Nadia and Linda and Lynn and just many more people that are reaching out to defend Elvis Presley. That's what we need. So the bigger the channel grows, the more people are going to find out the truth. Well, Patricia, she's got a difficult time ahead of her, hasn't she, Priscilla? Yeah. Do we even know if that picture was original? I'm talking to Mikkel. Do we even know if that picture, is it a genuine picture? I've heard rumours that that it's not even a real picture, but I've also heard rumours that someone was paid to go in there and take it. So we don't really know, do we? Yeah, we call it, Nadia, we call it fake Elvis news. Trump calls it fake news. We call it fake Elvis news. We don't really know for definite who took that picture, do we? We don't really know. Yeah, Billy Smith wouldn't have done that. No chance. Okay, yeah, I mean, it could, Cheryl, it could be genuine. It definitely could be. I don't, you know, you hear so many different stories. The reason people think it might be fake is because he looks so young and handsome compared to how he looked when you see him in the concert on, you know, on tour in Vegas. Now you have a good point, Mikkel. You have a good point. That picture makes him look a lot younger. That picture of him in the casket, it does. So yeah, I mean, Linda, I go out of my way to. I had a friend die recently, and I didn't go and look at the casket. I didn't want to. I don't want to see people that are dead. It's just, it doesn't do it for me. I can't bear it, to be honest with you. I'm just walking past some people, guys. Shh. 1 second, guys. So I'm nearly home now. I'm just going to see if any of you want to ask any questions to the Team Elvis before I clock out. Team Elvis are here to answer your questions. Thank you so much, Team Elvis. If any of you guys want to subscribe, please go ahead and subscribe. If you want to join the Facebook, it's Defending Elvis Presley Fans Want the Truth. And the purpose of this channel is literally to defend Elvis Presley. You know, the shortened version of our name, of our channel, is Defending Elvis Presley. That's the name, that's our name, really. Yeah? And we defend Elvis Presley by searching for the truth and doing some research and getting the truth out there and disagreeing with all the people saying things that just aren't right. You know my views on the Priscilla film should never have been made. You know my views on the book Elvis and Me. In my opinion, the book Elvis and Me is a fairy tale. Was written from the point of view of Priscilla, to make Priscilla look good and Elvis look bad. That's just my opinion, guys. To make Priscilla look like a victim and Elvis look like a nasty person. That's how I see the Elvis and Me book. The problem you have is now, whenever interviews are happening, well, not just now, for the last 40 years, really, they use the narrative of the book Elvis and Me. How is that fair that a book was written 7 years after he died? Elvis had no say in that book, but that book is treated like history. That book is treated like it actually happened, that it was a historical event. Elvis can't do anything about it. And we keep saying this, don't we, guys? You can literally say anything you want about Elvis and no one's going to disagree because you can't prove it. You know, how can you disprove things if no one's disagreeing? If the news companies are just repeating the same stuff over and over again, doesn't matter what decade we're in, 80s, 90s, noughties, whatever, they're still just saying the same things over and over again. How is that right? And the only people defending Elvis are the fans. I could go on, couldn't I? I'm just letting you guys chat as I get home. I love that song. I actually remember that song being released way down. I remember it well. Way Down, I think, wasn't that the last song he released, Way Down? And if you're watching now, guys, please subscribe. If you're an Elvis fan and you want to help defend Elvis Presley, please subscribe. I'm going to go now, guys. I'll see you all a bit later for a live. Thanks a lot, guys.